concern sent strong warning to the Igbo people. Following the mass destruction of people's properties during the EndSARS protesting in Nigeria, many people were given, many people had their demands for compensation of damaged property, especially in the southern part of the country. The recent demand came from the popular organization called Muslim Rights Concern, popularly known as MURIC, although its leader, Professor Ishaq Akintola, the director of the Muslim Rights Concern in Nigeria, demand the Southeast and the South-South governors to pay Igbo Muslims good compensations. He accused the indigenous people of Biafra for killing 10 Muslims in Rivers State and 11 in Imo State, and he further called for the rapid compensation of the affected families. Many people lost their properties during the EndSARS protesting in the country, especially in Lagos and Rivers, where both Muslims and Christians fell victims during the protesting. Muslims' Rights Concern was one of the most influential organizations in Nigeria, which was being headed under the known Professor Akintola. Somebody says, it seems like this man is a Dracula. This idiot has been fooling himself right from time immemorial. You selfish human being. Instead of talk about the Nigerians that lost their life, it is only Muslims you know. Foolish post. Obviously, I think we should have space for everybody to express their opinions. But then if you're clearly digressing or just trying to make another sort of segment of what the big picture is, then obviously we have to relabel you as an agent of something, because if you're clearly trying to digress the people and digress the conversation that is being had, then what are you doing? I feel like right now the Lekki massacre should be the thing we're focused on, and again the people should be compensated from that, because they have been insulted and degraded in terms of Sanwo-Olu coming to say that no one died and there were literally no victims. Doesn't make sense. And for the fact that Tinubu, actually, he literally escaped and did not come to, obviously his name was being run in the street, but the fact that he ran away and did not even try to confront the actual situation at hand, and then denying any sort of claim in how his hand is powerful in this, also denying how he doesn't own toll gates or Oriental hotels. Everywhere is just a mess right now, and I feel like for us to have clarity in what we're actually doing, the big aim ahead is basically to end corruption and change the government. But right now, let's take a step at a time to end SARS, dissolve it, and of course, compensate the victims of the Lekki massacre. He continues saying, this man's face is as ugly as his conscience. Wow. Someone says, who will pay for Tony killed and what? Okay, these people is just okay. Someone says, this ape-looking man is mad. You tell you that Igbos have Muslims. Obviously, it might not be the norm. And again, if you're an Igbo and you're a Muslim, you're really in a hard place, because politically and socially and everythingly, these people do not mix. So again, if you are Igbo and you're Muslim, you shouldn't discriminate against them. I'm not saying they don't exist or they do exist, but you're really in a tough place, because someone said it was his family member, the former governor of Western Nigeria in the north, that used to start the Western Nigerian problem that brought Operation Wetty of the 60s. It runs in their family. What? Someone says, you people have started again, coming with the sentiments capable of further degenerating into another unrest. At this time, peace should be preached every region, geopolitical zone, and every line, whether Christian or Muslim, and every sector, including bank and other businesses, suffer one loss in one way or the other. So why coming with this sentiment now? PNB should arrest this Ishaq of a Murik before he kindles violence in Nigeria, but he's on a payroll of the federal government and services as its agent. Then let him continue unchecked till he creates crisis he was hired for. Well, put what you think about this. Do you believe that this Professor Akintola is making total sense, saying that the Igbo Muslims should be compensated for? Put what you think about this, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Another person says, Yoruba was told in the early 60s by Ogunde to think. Till now, you don't know what you want in Nigeria. Some are pursuing 2023, some restructuring, some Oduduwa Republic, some one Nigeria, some even the Oduduwa Republic agitators has like three different flags and three different maps. So please, another person says, uh, who would pay for Igbo's properties and lives during the loss of the same? Akintola, you are a religious bagot. You talk like an illiterate Muslim in a remote village. Is this not the same Maurice sponsoring the terrorism? Useless extremist. Monkey is talking. Did your governors pay you people to did your governors pay for you people to be killed in the north? Rubbish. That's the thing. You can't, it is derogatory. You can't really say what did he says that he's sending a strong warning to the Igbo people and they killed so many people in rivers and the south. At the end of the day, for Biafrans and Igbos, like, they've been discriminated against and been prejudiced, shown prejudice from institutionally from the very beginning of the founding of Nigeria. They've really been pushed aside, and I feel like you have to be opening your eyes and you can't be ignorant to these kind of things. But yes, I feel like there's such a target for any little thing. For example, the hoodlums, the rented thugs by the government that was sent to destroy properties. Everyone just started bringing Igbo people's names into it, and it's just like, how does this relate? Yes, I just feel like personally it doesn't make sense. So he said that he demands the Southeast and South governors to pay the Igbo Muslims good compensation. Like, that is just, you're just digressing. The main thing is the Lekki massacre, and that is all we should focus on. And those people should be paid compensation because they have been insulted and degraded and basically told that your pain doesn't matter to us. Because Sanwo-Olu went and said he went to visit the people that were casualties from the Lekki massacre, and he saw some dead bodies as well. And then on live TV, had the audacity to say that no one died and there were only 3 casualties, which of course it was just like, what? And so, yeah, Muslim Rights Concern was one of the most influential organizations in Nigeria. I've never heard of them before. I don't know what he's talking about. And yeah, so I feel like they just bring Igbos into anything, and that's just an easy target, which obviously is painful. So yeah. All in all, he's basically just trying to be popular, not knowing that he's actually creating enemies to himself, even among his tribe and religions. And obviously, he's full of hypocrisy, and that is very, very true. I feel like there's really no point in trying to digress. Yeah, so honestly, polarizing religious bigots ought to not be given any attention. True. I feel like we need to differentiate between your ethnic group and your religion. You might be surprised. There are probably Igbo Muslims that do exist, but that is not the call. It might not be the norm, but that's not really the conversation at hand. We need to focus on compensating the Lekki massacre victims first, and then we can now digress into, okay, what part of the country needs work. I mean, the whole country needs work, but let's just take one thing at a time. There's obviously time for us to focus on so many other issues. But yeah, again, I feel like this man is his tone is very, very biased, and yeah, it doesn't seem like, for you to be of a group, the way you talk is just, yeah, because the words, like, he accused the indigenous people of Biafra, so there's no evidence of this. He accused the people of Biafra for killing 10 Muslims in River State and 10 in Imo State, and he now called for compensation to the affected families. So again, I feel like he might not know, he might know, but in a way he's basically attacking basically Igbo people and obviously the South region and that. But what I think about this, do you believe that this Professor Ishak Akintola is making sense about compensating the victims of the killings that happened in Imo State and Rivers? Put what I think, and do not forget to like and subscribe.